Hello, Capricorn rising. It's Mandy Ray of Ecstatic Astrology, here to give you the October and November forecast for your rising sign. Let's jump into it. Got some infographics. Thanks for being patient with me. It's been hard to record all these videos. It takes hours. So thank you for waiting on me to put them out. Okay, let's look at October. We're just going to quickly look back to October 14th because that was the solar eclipse in Libra, which for you is your 10th house of career. So you're separating from something there, okay? 10th house of career, ambition, uh, public reputation. And you could be thinking, I think I want to do something different, all right? Or maybe relationships at work are also kind of squirrely right now. That's all a part of the eclipse, and it's about separating or letting go of something, okay? The other thing, whoops, I didn't mean to do that. The other thing is Venus is in Virgo, and Venus is ruling this South Node Libra eclipse. Virgo is your ninth house, which is higher learning, beliefs, new horizons, travel, and truth. And so you're really taking a look at your own philosophies about life and if this career stuff is matching up for you, if you're able to do what you want to do, able to have the adventures you want to have, and making room for that in your life, okay? So then let's go ahead and fast forward to now. We're just going to skip over the weeks we've already been through because we're about in another eclipse, and that's tomorrow, the 28th. Today is the 27th of October, 2023. Mars and Mercury are in Scorpio. For you, that is your 11th house of goals, friends, networking, long-term aspirations. And there's a lot of energy there. Mars is action. Mars can be obsession in Scorpio. It's stubborn. And it's opposite to Jupiter in your fifth house of creativity, fun, joy, purpose. So this is kind of unstable. It's like I want to do everything at once. I want to network and be out amongst my friends, but I also want to be having fun and being in my own creativity, in my own heart, in my own self. And those two kind of make each other bigger. So it's party time probably for you. That's what I would say. And the lunar eclipse is in the same place. It's in your fifth house of creativity, courage, purpose, romance, children, joy, fun. And the North Node's been there for the last 18 months. Well, now the North Node in Aries is in your fourth house. So this is a hybrid eclipse, okay? It's bringing in more of the emotional nature in yourself. But this specific full moon is in Taurus still. So it's closing out the chapter of party time, and it's going to introduce the chapter of home time, inner security, family. And that's, that matches up with some of the Capricorn risings. I know people building houses. They've been kind of waiting for that house to be built. While they were doing it, they were, going and seeing all kinds of shows. And now the house will be built and they're going to spend time at home. And that's just the way it goes. So that's what this lunar eclipse is kind of bringing up. Okay. Less outward, more inward. Think that. So then we have the 30th and 31st. Venus is trine Uranus. Venus is in Virgo in your ninth house of higher learning, philosophy, travel, truth. And it's trining Uranus, which is in your fifth house. Wait, am I right? Yes, fifth house of creativity, courage, purpose, romance, children, joy, fun. And this is also just a time for you to be experiencing new things, getting in touch with your inner child, with your children, having fun, having a good time. It's a good Halloween situation. But Uranus does change things, and there's change, unexpected change coming in through your fifth house of creativity and purpose. And you may feel really strongly about doing something new around this time. And I think that's a good thing. All right, let's go ahead and share. Let's clear all these out and share November. All right. So November, we got November 1st, the sun opposes Jupiter from your 11th house of networking to your fifth house of creativity. And that's, it's about, do I put it out in the world or do I develop it in my inner world? It is extra spicy. It's like I want to be out doing stuff and having fun. Sun opposite Jupiter can be super big. Basically, people are just extra. Okay, just so you know. And that's going to be fifth house, creativity and purpose. That's where Jupiter is, sun in the 11th house. It kind of continues the theme of the lunar eclipse. Then we've got Venus opposite Neptune on the 3rd and Saturn direct. Okay, so Venus is in your ninth house of learning, beliefs, And when I say learning, it's like, it'd be like philosophy learning and college learning, but it's also what you know and your truth. And Venus is there. Neptune, though, is in your third house of communication. So communication may be off. You may be unclear about what you believe about something, and it's just a little confusing. At the same time, Mercury, which is in your 11th house of friends and long term aspirations, is opposite Uranus, change, in your fifth house of creativity, purpose, romance, and children. So it looks to me like the way you have fun might be changing. What brings you joy might be changing. And that's changing your philosophy on life and how you communicate to people. The other thing is on the fourth, Saturn goes direct in your ninth house of belief, truth, adventure. Sorry, no, Saturn's in your third house. I almost got that wrong. Communication, learning, siblings, community. So Saturn's encouraging work in that communication area. And I think that that's good. It's encouraging you to listen, to learn, to be involved in the local community, and I think that's going to bring some clarity to your life. All right, so the sixth, Venus trines Pluto, Mercury trines Neptune. I have a little Rubik's Cube because it looks like the puzzle pieces are going into place. Venus in your ninth house, trine Pluto in your first house. That's very empowering. You get to say, this is what I know, and this is what I'm stand for, and this is who I am. And then Mercury in your 11th house of friends, networks, long-term aspirations is going to be trine Neptune in your third house of communication, learning, and self. So this is a good time to communicate with people, period. It's a good time to tell people your beliefs, to understand others, and for others to understand you, basically. Venus moves into Libra on the 8th. Now, Libra is your 10th house of career, okay? And this is where the South Node is. It's what you may be separating from. Don't forget about that. And it brings some balance and some peace there until about the 29th when Venus hits the eclipse point. And then you may compost something in that career area. On the 10th, Mercury moves into Sagittarius, which is your 12th house of retreat, reflection, transcendence, and release. You just need a retreat, basically. So Mercury's moving into there. The only problem is it squares Saturn, which is in your third house of communication, learning, short trips, community, and there may be a little bit of frustration there. Happen to know somebody that's Capricorn rising going with somebody that's a Cancer rising, that's me, on a trip with Mercury square Saturn that day. Pray for us. I mean, literally, this is the kind of situation in which you're going to get on an airplane and there may be an obstacle to it. So let's hope not. I hope we have everything right. And I hope that for you too. But that's literally what this is. It's like, I just need peace. I need transcendence, reflection, release. But I've got to work on the communication, the community, the learning, the listening, and the general moving around of daily life. And there's a little bit of an obstacle to that. On the 11th, Mars opposes Uranus. Mars is in your 11th house of friends and networks and long-term aspirations. Uranus is in your 5th house of creativity, courage, purpose, romance, and children. Something changes. It could be explosive. Lay low on that day. It's a day to watch for unexpected events and unexpected blowups, okay? Especially with regards to your 5th house inner child. So it could be that, your goals and what your creative nature is trying to accomplish are no longer in sync or in step. The other thing is you could be creating new goals around this time. So, it's not all bad. Mars can be explosive opposite Uranus. So there you go. Okay, so then we've got new moon in Scorpio on the 13th. And this is your 11th house of goals, friends, networks, long-term aspirations, okay? It's opposite Uranus in the 5th house of creativity, courage, children, and romance. So this is about, what do I have to bring? What new stuff do I have to bring to the outer world? I've got to do things a new way. And it's coming from my heart. The changes in my heart are creating changes in my friend groups and my networks and my long-term aspirations, okay? New way, old way. That's what I have written down. Mercury sextiles Venus the 14th through the 16th. And that's really nice because Mercury will be in Sagittarius, which is your 12th house of retreat, reflection, transcendence, and release. And it's sextile to Venus, which is going to be in your 9th house. Oh, I'm sorry, 10th house of career. Okay. So something about trusting, and being able to communicate what you stand for and maybe your intuition around that time works together really well. It's a good time to communicate with those you love or with those that you care about. The Mars Cazimi is the 17th. There could very well be some empowering new goals you have for yourself, or maybe you've met someone, or you and your, networks are actually becoming more powerful. Mars in Scorpio is very powerful. Okay. It's in its home sign, and it's ego and it's action, and it's going to meet up with the sun. That's why I have a wizard there on that day, because it's magical, or it can be magical. So in the 11th house, that is aspirations, networking, friends, goals. What comes up for you there? I think that's what the Mars Cazimi is going to empower you in. Okay, then we've got the sun in Sagittarius and Mars in Sagittarius square Saturn on the 22nd and 24th. Sagittarius is your 12th house of retreat, reflection, transcendence, and release. Saturn is in your third house of communication. So there could be some confusion, some blockages there, in the way you communicate, in the way that you want to learn, trying to get a hold of something or understand something. Could even be with driving, because the third house is really that mundane aspect of moving around. And then it carries on into the 27th with the full moon in Gemini, which will be in your, let me double check this, sixth house of health and daily life. Okay. So this to me indicates you've got a lot of work coming, especially with regards to health. The work is not in the area of health. The work is in the changing your mind. Okay. Saturn's in your third house, square to this full moon in your sixth house of health, daily life routine, and rituals. So it is, like, yeah, I got this new ritual, this new habit, or I need to get rid of this habit. And it's a spiritual conviction of mine. Mercury's in your 12th house of spirituality, but it's both square to Saturn in your third house of understanding, decision making. So it's really about putting in the work to understand, to communicate well, and to make decisions that help you in that sixth house area of health, daily life, and routine. And then last but not least, I already touched on it, Venus hits the south node on the 29th in your 10th house of career. And that's going to be about getting rid of something with regards to work, career, relationships there, or even public reputation with regards to relationships. So it's like, if you're afraid to get divorced because of your public reputation, this Venus hitting the south node would be like, you're not going to worry about that anymore. Or, similarly, if you are done working with a colleague because they're, bothering you or they're harassing you, this would be the moment that you go to HR, right? Venus hits the south node on the 29th. Okay, Capricorn rising, thank you so much for having patience and waiting on me to finish these up. I will catch you on the flip side in December for December and January forecasts. I'm very excited about that. And ecstaticastrology.com to book. Thank you very much. And may you have a wonderful October and November. See you then.